at it again with another reaction. Today we're going to be reacting to the Westbrook trade to Houston. I said it was going to happen. People doubt me. People doubt my predictions. People are doubting Westbrook and James Harden. Can you imagine? People say they're not going to work well together. You got one of the two. I'm going to be up. Russell Westbrook led the league in assists for the last 2 years. After that, you know who that was? James Harden. All right. James Harden. Cool. Right? James Harden was leading in assists, then Westbrook took it on for 2 years. But they can't pass. They're going to ball hog. No. They're going to distribute the ball to everybody on the team. And then James Harden's still going to be able to score, and everybody's going to still be able to score. They're going to start putting up numbers on anybody. If your team is not good, they might put up 150. James Harden is the best basketball player on the planet. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody comment. It's that simple. Who's been in MVP talk since they left? All right, let's just say. Who's been in MVP talk 5 years in a row? It's only one guy. Only one. Only one person has done that. Yes, he got second 4 times. Yes, he has. Well, I don't know if it's 4. I think it is 4 now. I'm pretty sure it's 4 times. So, then Russell Westbrook, MVP. Russell Westbrook went to the finals with KD and James Harden, but James Harden got hurt. So, West got the experience of being in the finals before. West won an MVP before. James Harden won an MVP before. Russ led an assist before. James Harden won it, led an assist before. You see how they're similar? Do you see how they lead in a certain stat? Do you see how they win the biggest award of the year? But they can't work together. But y'all was so happy with Kawhi and. All right, so Kawhi and Paul George is better than Russ Westbrook and James Harden. I'm completely missing it. Completely missing it. Like I can't see it at all. I cannot see Kawhi and Paul George being better than James Harden and Russ Westbrook. I can't see it. I'm missing it. Me missing it. But somebody else, they're getting it. I don't see it. I don't. Come on now, James Harden, best scorer in the game right now. KD not. Saying it right now. Best scorer in the game right now. Is it best? 35. How do you average 30? Yeah. I'm a big James Harden fan. My opinion might be biased. It's not. Let me stop lying. It's just straight facts. When you, I don't care if KD was on his own team, he'd be doing the same thing. No, he's not. But look, all right, you can say KD is a better scorer, right? But it's the thing. This is the thing. Watch this. KD's coming off an injury. Yeah, I said in my past video, the injury don't matter. But at the same time, I'm rethinking it. So, let's say KD not the same. James Harden is. Who the best scorer? I'm waiting. Who is better than James Harden at putting the ball in the hoop? I'm still waiting. It ain't LeBron. LeBron can't score like James Harden. He can't. He can't do it like not James. Look, LeBron, top 3 player. Simple. Is that simple? Some people say he number 1. I don't believe it, but top 3 player. I think James Harden up there too. Everybody saying Kawhi is a top 3 player. All right, look. Y'all only saying that because he won a championship. If he would have lost, would y'all be saying that? I'm saying LeBron and James Harden up there, even if they lose. Like, I'm thinking about just the player. I'm not thinking about, oh, he won a championship, so he got to be up there. I'm not thinking that at all. I'm thinking, oh, look at the player's skill, evaluate. James Harden is better than Kawhi. James Harden is better than KD. Skill-wise, it's crazy. Look, the only person you could say is a little bit better or maybe better is KD. Only person you can say. No, I won't listen to nobody else. Soon as you say LeBron, I'm not listening to you no more. I'm not listening to you anymore. I think your information is wrong. Everything you say after LeBron's better than James Harden, or this person is better than James Harden that's not KD, I'm not listening. I can't hear you no more. I'm not listening to you no more. Look, James, oh my goodness. Then you got Russell Westbrook. How many people better than Russell Westbrook in the league right now? Is Paul George better than Russell? Well, yeah. But hold up. Well, Paul George never led an assist. He's never done that. Paul George never averaged 30. He's never done that. Russ Westbrook's averaged 30 and led an assist before. But Paul George's defense is a little bit better than Russ. Yeah, I said a little. A little. Russell Westbrook's been averaging good steals. James Harden shoots almost 50% from the field. Almost 50%. I know Russ has been shooting very bad. Very, very bad. But Mike D'Antoni's going to fix that. What do y'all not get? I don't know what it is, food, but I have so much faith in Mike D'Antoni. It's crazy. Like, I feel like he could turn the worst team in the NBA to a championship contender in 5 years. That's how I feel about Mike D'Antoni. Mike D'Antoni can do it. I'm not even going to say 5 years. I can say 3. A championship contender in 3 years. Mike D'Antoni takes over the worst team. Right? 3 years. 3 years. 3 years. Easy championship contender. So what y'all don't understand about Mike D'Antoni is he's going to get Russ back to that 30-point triple-double average. He's going to get him back there. I promise. This is a promise to anybody. Russell Westbrook at the beginning of the year is going to have a crazy season. James Harden, another one. Just another season for him. Hopefully he actually gets what he's deserved in the MVP, but we're not even going to talk about that. Those two, with Clint Capella, PJ Tucker, Eric Gordon, I only think we picked up Tyson Chandler. These are good pickups. I think we're just missing just another shooter. But we also have Austin Rivers. Austin Rivers he can shoot. But we're looking for another one. We're looking for another shooter. That's the only thing we need. One more. We only need one more. And that's a championship. Don't let us get our hands on somebody else this offseason. Don't let it happen. Y'all will get a video so quick. Let's get into the video. The video is titled "The Rockets are still James Harden team after Russell Westbrook trade." think it means the Rockets team is still James Harden's over us. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Russell Westbrook good, but he's not James Harden. I don't care what nobody said. So let's get into the video starting now.
Right out of the gate, what do you make of this deal?
I love it. Personally, I mean, I think it puts Houston right back in the mix. We all know that James Harden was a top 2 MVP candidate, was the MVP last season, not the one that just passed. We know what he brings to the table. And the relationship with him and Chris Paul wasn't ideal at the end. In the end, you had two individuals that didn't seem to want to play with one another. Chris Paul clearly wanted out, even though he didn't want to say that publicly. It was time for him to move on, and James Harden wasn't going to have a problem with that at all. Having said all of that, James Harden reuniting with Russell Westbrook makes them incredibly formidable. We understand that Russell Westbrook hasn't looked the way that we're accustomed to seeing him look. But he's fresh off of 3 consecutive years of averaging a triple-double, even though last year he shot an horrific 65% for the free throw line, according to his standards, and has shot 29% from three-point range over the last 2 years. He's still an unstoppable force one-on-one. He can't be guarded. He's bigger and faster than Chris Paul, not to mention a little bit younger as well. And so you take that into consideration, along with the fact that his relationship with James Harden is pretty close because they're former teammates in Oklahoma City, and then you consider what they still have in tow, whether it's a guy like an Eric Gordon and others with a Clint Capella. Houston obviously is in the mix. Yet again, this is a move that had to be made. I have no problem with Houston making it whatsoever. I think from a talent perspective, it puts them right back in title contention picture. My only question mark is whether or not Mike D'Antoni can coach them on that level. We know he can win regular season games. We know he can win a couple of playoff series. But can he coach them in the manner that they need to be coached to get them over the hump? That's the lone question mark about the Houston Rockets after this deal. I see no other question marks to think of.
Well, you took us right to our second question. How do they coexist on the court, particularly when both of them usually like to be the number one option, the guy who has the ball most of the time?
Well, this is James Harden's team. And James Harden is a better shooter than Russell Westbrook. So you take that into consideration along with the 6 years of excellence that James Harden has registered for the Houston Rockets. And there is no question that Russell Westbrook is coming to James Harden's team. He's not coming to take over the Houston Rockets. But that's not going to be a challenge for him because he doesn't have a problem with it because they're boys. They're pretty tight. They used to play with one another. It was Russell Westbrook's team in OKC in his eyes, not Kevin Durant, but him. But in Houston, it's clearly James Harden. So really this comes down to Mike D'Antoni. His system predicts that, it predicates you being able to hit perimeter shots, making sure you push the ball up the floor at all time, even willing to sacrifice some defensive possessions from time to time. But there's a different ownership in place in Tillman Fertitta. He's not going to tolerate much. That's why Chris Paul is gone, because this man has expectations. He wants to win the championship, and he knew that getting this move was going to get them closer to that. In the case of Chris Paul, that wasn't going to happen. That's why he's gone. Russell Westbrook is there. They're back in title contention, but I don't think there's any question about their offense, and I don't think there's any question about their talent. The question now is whether Mike D'Antoni, who's a pretty damn good coach, can get them over the hump, which is something he wasn't able to do in Phoenix, New York, LA, and thus far Houston. We'll see if he can pull it off. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube.
All right, so that's the end of the video.
And analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app.
Stephen A was talking about how Mike D'Antoni can't get his teams over the hump. I know what he's saying. He's talking about the title. He's talking about getting the championship. He's not talking about going to conference final and losing. He's talking about getting the championship. That's what he's talking about. Because now they're a championship contender. At first they were already, but now they're up there. They're up there with the Kawhis and Paul George. They're up there with Steph and Clay. Well, I feel like right now, Russ and James Harden will demolish Steph and Clay. It's just me. Well, I am a Rockets fan. This might sound kind of wild to some people, but James Harden and Russell Westbrook. Subscribe, turn on post notifications, stay tuned for the next video, and I'm out.